Now, every community hit by this weather, and there's plenty of them, has its own story of survival. This one is very special. When Lisa Stewart's pub on the Northern Rivers was going under, she was determined to make sure her regulars were safe.
It was all right going through it.
Yeah.
And reality is just coming of the magnitude of it.
Only now the water is gone does the emotion start flooding in for Lisa Stewart.
Like, I didn't care about the pub. It was like out there. They couldn't get out. They've been there weeks. I was here alone. It was scary.
Lisa's pub, the Commercial Hotel, sits along the rail tracks at Rappville. It's one of the country's oldest drinking spots, and in 110 years, it's never gone under, until now.
It was just fast. Everything was fast.
So you watched this water?
I watched the water come up this 10 stairs there. I thought it'd just be a puddle, but it just kept rising and rising and rising. So, oh my God. When I went down, I already knew there were snakes down there. There were quite a few. And then I've got to get through it. I opened up the door. And when I stepped outside, I dropped because it was neck high and it was freezing.
Lisa was alone and isolated, but so were her regulars, and they were calling her for help.
94-year-old lady who was stuck in the bush somewhere, and I don't know the area. And there was no one to call, like 3 and 4 in the morning. And
What, they're calling your pub?
they're calling the pub. Everyone was calling the pub. And it went on for days.
She manned the phone, connecting stranded locals with people who could come to their aid.
I think they just ring the pub because it's a hub.
Yeah.
And
It's the heart of the town, isn't
yeah,
it?
and if they can't get help or they don't know where to go, or so I was just doing what I could.
But even now, everyone is safe. Lisa's hard work is just beginning.
Then when you come down the next day, is this yours? Have your cuppa. When you come down the next day and you look around, what does it look like when you first come down?
Heartbreaking.
The damage is extensive.
We've done so much here. And we didn't get insurance because we put it into the kitchen in the pub. But we can do it again.
But Lisa's determined to get back to pouring beers.
As the owner of the Rappville pub, what does this place mean to this village?
Oh, it's everything to this village. It's truly their heart. This is where they all come. There's been a lot of devastation here. They had the fires here 2 years ago. A lot of them lost their homes. A couple of doors up, the pub caught fire a couple of times. Everyone comes here. This is Rappville.
During these disasters, there is never a shortage of people wanting to help. But sometimes these small towns are so isolated, communities are left to ride the storm alone. And that's exactly what happened for residents here in Rappville.
Well, that's what we do in these towns, try and help each other. Yeah.
It's been an emotional time, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, fires, drought, floods. This has just been unreal, this one.
It's a community that has each other's backs through hell or high water.
We've got heaps. We can just give you
food, steaks,
heaps of
everything.
food.
What's it like to see such devastation come through a little town like this?
A bush community that'll bounce back, they've always done it, and they'll bounce back, but it's, how many kicks in the guts can they really take, There's a fair bit of devastation everywhere.
What makes you keep going?
Well, we're just volunteers and we like to try and help people.
I mean, what would you say to everybody in this region right now who's just feeling so down?
I don't really need to say a lot because they've got it in them already. There's strong people here. When they're ready and now they can get through, come and have a drink and can have a hug.
Yeah, a drink and a hug. Can't ask for more than that. And I'm sure, Lisa, there'll be plenty taking you up on that offer.